Are you getting ready to sign a lease for your business? Before you do, watch this video. 6 things you should know before signing your lease agreement for your business. So recently I went through the process of negotiating a lease agreement for my healthcare training school, H.E.R.O Institute, located in Marietta, Georgia. I want to share with you a few things that we, meaning me and my attorney, found to be very strange or needed a little negotiation. Now, I want to premise this video with the following statement. I am not an attorney. This is not legal advice. I highly recommend you seek professional consult prior to signing or negotiating a lease agreement. All right, now we got that out of the way, let's get to it. Number 1, determine if you can request a delay in your rent payment. This may be for a few reasons. For instance, your space may require build out, you may need preparation for your business, things like that. This can take a few months trying to coordinate contractors and etc. You may need city clearance, a certificate of occupancy, all that type of stuff. Any type of approvals you need from an accrediting body, such as a healthcare training school. I was able to negotiate 3 months delayed rent while I got my space prepared, like my walls and everything put up. And while I was waiting for approval through the Post-Secondary Education Commission in order to even operate my school. However, in delaying my rent payments, it did extend my lease term by 3 additional months. I don't know about you, but I'd rather not spend money while I'm not making any money, right? Okay, number 2, think about your business needs and ensure that the location actually accommodates those needs. As an example, we needed a hot water heater to ensure that our students had hot water to, wash their hands or simulate bathing, things like that. That's a federal requirement for our program. The location didn't have a water heater, didn't have one at all. And I would have missed that had I never asked about that. So think about what you need and ask. What do you need that needs to be in place in order for you to operate? Number 3, I was not given the opportunity to inspect my space at all until I was actually in it and signed the lease. And if that was the case, I wouldn't be able to place any claims about things that I found. We asked for time and was actually given 30 days after signing our lease agreement to assess the premises to ensure that everything actually was intact. So what did I do during this time? Well, I didn't know what I was looking at or what I was even looking for. So I brought in specialists to do that for me. I brought in an HVAC specialist to look at the system, a fire inspection company, and an electrician to inspect the location. They found the following issues. The HVAC had no freon and it actually had a leak. The fire inspection company found that there was only 1 fire extinguisher and it hadn't been inspected in over a year, so it needed retagging, and electricity was all to the good, so that wasn't a problem. Oh, but the water heater that they promised to put up, guess what? It wasn't even there. So I had to submit a new request to get that placed. So be sure to do your due diligence there. Number 4, my attorney found a clause in the ability to terminate the lease due to the inability to operate. Now, COVID has taught us things can happen in business and you have to be ready and you could be affected as an owner. My lease had a clause which stated that I cannot break my lease for up to 6 months in the event I am unable to operate. So think about natural disasters, war, a plague, anything like that, I would have had to stay in operation. Also, there was a clause that stated, if there was damage to 25% of the space or more and it prevented my ability to operate, I couldn't break my lease for up to 6 months. Now, we negotiated for 2 months and I would be able to break my lease in the event of any of these issues. So I thought that was super important and I was so glad that my attorney brought that to the forefront. Number 5, the lease stated that the management company had the ability to alter my location, common areas, or modify any rules or regulations in the lease at their leisure. No notice provided. My attorney had them write in the contract that they must alert me prior to any changes at least 2 weeks prior to the change. And if those changes altered my ability to operate my business, I could break the lease. Again, something I would have never thought of to negotiate. So my attorney really helped there. Number 6, we negotiated a build out budget. That's right, if you don't ask, they're not going to offer. So looking at the space, I could immediately tell I'm gonna have to build this out in order for it to be visually appealing. Now, the lease did not have any leadway for the building alterations, so I asked if they were willing to offer. And guess what? They came back with $7,000 building allowance, which I do have to pay for up front. After everything is all done, I can submit to the landlord my receipts for reimbursement. Major win. I plan on posting my before and after of the space so that you can all see exactly what I mean. If you didn't get anything from this video, please remember to hire an attorney to review your lease. Mine cost about $900, but the build out allowance paid for that. Think about it. It's so worth it. Best wishes to you and your brick and mortar business endeavor. I know it's scary to sign a lease with no real customers yet, but I have faith in you, and you should have faith in yourself and your abilities, coupled with your planning, and you will never, ever fail. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Victoria Randall, your pusher, pushing you to be the entrepreneur you are destined to be.